But before that, would you tell the people who you are so that people will know these people? They've heard much about the Biafrans, they've heard about the Ambazonians, but who are the Oduduwas?
Yes. Thank you very much. I will, to make things easier, we say Oduduwa. It's more Yoruba, to be honest, but for the purposes of what we're doing, we can interchange between Oduduwa and Yoruba. But we, the Oduduwa or Yoruba people, however we're comfortable with it, we say Yoruba generally. But because of the struggle, a lot of the time we mention that. But now, we Yorubas, we come from a place, the Oyo Empire. The empire was as far as Benin, as far as into, I think, in Togo as well. So this, and it went up to Nupe. And this is the kingdom where we Yorubas, we've been in existence for thousands of years before the Europeans came. There's been some record that they found on the oldest, I think it's an African, or I think it's 13,000 years old, in a place called the Cave of Ashes in Ondo State. Cave of Ashes. So that is even, there are more history that one can actually talk about. But what is very important about Yorubas, we came up, we Yorubas, in those empires, we created governments, functioning governments. I have something somewhere here. I wish I had it on me now. There is a system of government. We had a hierarchical government that was functioning and maintained different parts of that empire because it was a big empire. So that's who we are. We are the Oyo people from the Oyo Empire. Now we have some close relations with the Benin Kingdom as well. So that is another part of it. So there is a lot of interconnection between Yorubas and the Benin Kingdom, and of course Biafrans by extension. So that is who we are in a synopsis. And culturally, we have an amazing culture. The drums, our talking drums, is what we are known for. When we play those drums, you can hear the rhythm, the passion, we are great farmers. Many things that people don't realize. We cocoa. When Obafemi Awolowo, when he was the premier of the Western region, one of the recovery for us in that region was cocoa was our mainstay. It was from cocoa that he was able to bring in the fourth television station in the whole of Africa. It was from cocoa that was able to ensure that we had free education for the children. It was from that same cocoa that they provided free healthcare. Now, this was a model that was going to go forward and build and carry on. But unfortunately, because of the powers that be, the colonials, and they're realizing that if they allow the development of the Western region to go ahead, their attempts to have the resources for themselves will be curtailed. That is why they started putting in those who are, let me just say, for want of a better word, backward. They put them in charge of those who knew how to use the resources beneath their feet. He went up to South America and brought cows in. What they're talking about here is nonsense. This thing about cattle grazing is utter nonsense. So, there are other things we could talk about. I'll pause back. I don't know. There's a lot to say. There's a lot to unpack. But I hope that gives you an idea. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much, Citizen AY. Yes. Definitely. We can never discuss the history of any nation in a twinkle of an eye. It takes time and it takes a lot of energy to bring forth, because I cannot just sit here in 1 minute or 2 minutes and discuss the history and give the birth of Ambazonia and everything happening in Ambazonia. But thank you for that clarity. A lot of people that have been following that may not know what Oduduwa means or who Oduduwans are, at least from now they know who you are and why you are fighting for the statehood of Oduduwa. So I will go back to Mazi Isaiah, and I want to ask you, Mazi Isaiah, what is the significance and the importance of this 1 million march to the people of Biafra, and most especially to your leader, Nnamdi Kanu, where he's currently incarcerated in Nigeria?
Right. Thank you very much again, and thank you, my brother AY citizen. Um, well, unfortunately, this is not the first time we've been to Brussels. I think this should be the third or fourth time now. I think the fourth time we are going to Brussels. But the significance of it is that we want to let the European Union know that they should look into what is going on in Nigeria. There's a kind of news blanket over the killings and the maiming of our people, and they pretend like they don't know about it. They pretend like they don't know what is going on in Nigeria, and also what is happening to our people. This time around, we want to, eyeball to eyeball, we want to bring it to their doorsteps. So, and that will be documented, that will be in the record, that we, at this particular day, have been at the European Union, and we have actually raised this concern over the inhuman treatment of our people, the illegal adoption of our people, the illegal raping of our people, the illegal incarceration, kidnapping of our people by the Nigerian state. We are bringing this to their attention. So it won't be like tomorrow. It will be like the 1967 to 1970. There was no media that is actually reporting the massacre of Biafrans. It was only listening by what the British has given to them. So this time around, that is why they're not gonna win this battle at this very last time, because by the special grace of God, you and I and other Biafrans are also in diaspora now, and we're keeping an eye on everything that is happening. So we want to let the Western world and the European Union know that this is exactly what is going on, and we come in peace. Not that they will help us. We know that they will not, but we want to let them know that we have come here and we have presented this matter to you, and you are looking the other way. There's only a period that you can hold somebody too tight in a corner, and at a certain time, that person, that animal will react. We are letting them know now. We haven't come with any weapon. We did not come with any other thing. We only just come in, look into what is happening in the zoo called Nigeria. Look into what is happening in the British contraction called Nigeria, and let our people go. We have right to life. Self-determination is recognized in the European Union shrine, and also at the the United Nations. Allow us to be. You can have that business. You can have that business directly dealing with the Biafrans, and you will get a good deal. You can't hate us and then love what is in our land. You can kill us and then you want to also possess what we have. It doesn't work that way. We also in Europe, we never anywhere illegally go and occupy any section or any part of this country. It hasn't happened. So allowing these people coming in our land, killing us, taking resources, and killing us in the process. This is what we are coming to let them know. And this is the significance of this. That we have come to your doorstep, and you can never deny tomorrow that you have never had the inhuman treatment of our people, the underdevelopment of our area. You are taking our oil. You are polluting the ecosystem of our land. We are not allowed to farm. We are not allowed to develop.
Okay.
We are not allowed to have basic life. And all these things are due to the British and their interest. We want to tell them this time around that we have come in peace. And
Okay.
what happened to 1967 is still ongoing. And we all have right to life. This is the significant. And we want to let them know. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu has been kidnapped. He's an European citizen. Why keep him quiet? If there is equity, and fairness everywhere, why those equity and fairness
Okay.
are not
Thank you
applied to
very
Mazi
much.
Nnamdi Kanu, who happens to be
Thank you very much.
a European citizen?
Right. Yeah, thank you very much. That is the question on everyone's lips, and that is what we should be asking ourselves, asking not just the European nations, but also African nations who have been utterly silent at the arrest of your leader, Nnamdi Kanu. We know that British citizens who have been arrested in Afghanistan, Britain has done everything to go and get them back home. White British citizens, and we know this for a fact that no American citizen will be arrested or locked up in another country and they'll be quiet. It's the same thing like the Irish citizen that is locked up in another country. The Irish government does everything to make sure that that citizen is released, and Britain has done so with its own citizen. So they are indirectly telling us that there is a distinction between the white British citizens and black British citizens, and we are calling the world to see this discrimination in terms of citizenship by the British government. So I know the spokesperson for the indigenous people of Biafra issued a statement confirming and reassuring everybody that is going to be attending that a march past in Brussels that the authority has given its consent for this demonstration to take place. And so Ambazonians have received this from the spokesperson of the Ambazonian Governing Council and other fractions of the Ambazonian War of Independence. And also, I believe that the Odudu ones have also received a confirmation from Citizen AY confirming that the place, the march pass has been legally approved and nobody should be afraid whatsoever to take part in this march pass. So what message do you have for Nigerians across Europe in respect to this march pass in Brussels? And the same question for you, Citizen AY. I will start with you, Citizen AY, but I would like you to be as brief as possible. Just let Ododo ones know the importance of the message you have for them and why they must attend this march pass.
Yeah. Look, my fellow Odudu and Yoruba people, Oduduwa people, this match is very, very important. Look, unity is strength, and I want us to really think about that. It is that simple. Our unity is what will get us to the goal. Our collective goals are to go for self-determination as Ambazonia, as Biafra, as Oduduwa, and Middle Belt as well. That is our goal. So what I want to say is it's not a very long message. It's simple. You are in Brussels. If you are in Europe, you can get down to the Million Man March outside the European Parliament on the 14th and 15th of June. Make your way down there. Make your way down. In Europe, we all know that the laws, people are allowed to protest. There is no, as long as you do not go against the law and you followed the requirements of what was required of you to really just abide by the rules, not damaging anything. And like Mazi said, we are simply going there to say, look, we are putting you on notice. We no longer consider ourselves to be in the boxes that you put us. We are speaking up for our people in our land. It is our right to self-determination, our inalienable right to self-determination. And we as Ambazonians, as Biafrans, and as Yoruba people, Oduduwa people, we are going forward. We are putting the European Union on notice that we are telling them that they have to recognize that we are now self-governing by ourselves, whether or not they like it. We're not seeking their permission. We're not. It's very important to understand that we're not seeking their permission. We are telling them we are making it so by ourselves. Freedom is what? Taken, never given. Emancipate yourself from mental slavery.
Okay.
None but ourselves can free our minds. Have no fear for atomic energy, cause none of it can stop all the time. How long must will our prophets? I want to turn aside and look away. Emancipate yourselves. That's what we're about. So please, on the 14th and 15th of June, come to Brussels. Join us. We owe it to the coming generation to make a better future for them. And that can be done by unity among Amazonians, Biafrans, Middle Belt, Oduduwa people. I thank you.
Okay. Thank you there, comrade Citizen AY. I didn't know you were a singer as well. So thank you for that. I'm just going to go to Mazi Isaiah. Please assure Nigerians, Biafrans across Europe and across the world why they have to be there, the reason why they have to be there, and the fact that this has been legally approved for them to be in Brussels.
Right. Thank you very much, and Nada Cecilia, thank you once again. Of course, it's not our first time to be. We've been to European Parliament. They know us. They know that we have also presence of Biafran and IPOB in Belgium, and they are the one hosting this Million Man March. Of course, like I've said, we've done a lot of a lot of work behind the scenes, and we had a committee that actually organized this from our people across the globe, looking for direction over this Million Man March. Well, regardless, we have done all the needful, and the thing is that that we need to let our people know that all the measures are put in place, all the security details, everything have been organized. We are good to go. There's nothing anyone should be worried about, because the Belgium government or the Brussels government actually they have also put that security in place to make sure that everything runs smoothly, which they know that the IPOB never a violence movement. So our people, what I have to tell our people, like I have said previously, this is not only a war for Biafra. This protest is not only for Biafran people. This awareness is not only for Biafran people. Basically, it's also for Ambazonians have gone through hell in the last couple of years. Where we've seen some videos of a young woman with a baby in the back being shot at by the Cameroonian soldiers. But Africans are not saying anything. Africans prefer dying in the Mediterranean Sea, struggling to cross Europe. But what we are trying to say here,
okay, Mazi, because I am running out of time, I believe Biafrans across the world, Ambazonians across the world, and Oduduwas across the world are listening to us, and they know the importance of us being in Brussels on the 14th and on the 15th. I'm just going to quickly bring in Comrade Kenneth. Comrade AY, you are live and we can hear you and we can hear everything you're saying. So I'm going to quickly bring in Comrade Kenneth, the chairperson of the Ambazonian Governing Council fraction of Belgium, to just introduce him. I've already introduced him. Just tell Ambazonians in Brussels the importance of this match and why they should be there, because we have to round up.
Yeah, good evening, fellow comrade. Thank you very much, Cecilia, my senior comrade. Yeah, fellow brothers and sisters, we know what we are out for. We know what we are out for. As you guys had rightly said, we had suffered a lot this past years. The Ododuas, the Biafrans, how people have been butchered down there. This match is to come out and tell the Europeans what we really have in our mind. As the comrade, the Ododua comrade just said, it is something not to be feared about because the permission is being granted. We are ready. We've printed our placards. We'll be out there to demonstrate a peaceful demonstration. Ambazonia is not a violent group. We've got our placards. We've got our sound systems ready, flags and posters. Everything is ready for a good go. So if anybody is around on that day, let him not fail, because it will be the final push into our struggle. So there's not much to say because all the comrades have just got the same ideology like the Ambazonians.
Thank you very much.
So please come out that day in your numbers. Thank you very much.
Okay, thank you very much, Chairman Kenneth. Thank you very much for that. And also, before I will call you all to just give me your closing remarks, I just want to bring the attention of our viewers. Like the various panelists, they said in their presentations, they've talked about the lack of unity amongst Africans to stand amongst themselves, to fight with one another. We all remember that when it was time for, during the apartheid in South Africa, the whole of Africa rose in support of South Africa. We defended South Africa, we fought with South Africa, we sympathized with South Africa. When it was time to cry, we all cried with South Africa. And when it was time to celebrate and jubilate, we all did same with South Africa. But we have not seen that unity when it comes to the freedom of the people of Ambazonia, the right to self-determination of the people of Ambazonia. Despite the maiming, the raping, the kidnapping, the enforced disappearances happening in Ambazonia, we saw how over 30 motorists were totally, completely disappeared. We've not heard anything about them. It's the same thing that is happening in the Biafra land and also in Oduduwa. So we are saying that as much as we are going to the European Union to talk or to present our cases, because we all have a right to self-determination. That is what the European Charter on Human Rights says, and that is what the United Nations Charter says on the issue of self-determination. Every people have a right to their own government, to their own economy, to their own system. And this is why we are rising to say Belgium is a must, and Belgium is a must attend for every Ambazonian, for every Ododuwan, for every citizen of an indigenous people of Biafra. And just a quick one, we have seen the reaction of Europe in terms of their reaction towards the Ukraine war. We saw how they came as a people to protect their own. And this is a lesson Africans must learn. One, if you hit one, you hit all. That is what Europe has shown us in the past months. But we have failed as a nation. We saw African leaders sending messages telling the Russian government to mediate or to come to a negotiation table or to have a meaningful dialogue with the people of Ukraine when Africa is burning and sinking and they are doing nothing. And the leader of the African Union was able to even visit Russia to talk with Vladimir Putin about the need to negotiate with Russia. It is a pity, to say the least, that our African nations are unable to stand with their own fellow brothers, to stand with the people. Thousands of people have been butchered, slaughtered. There is a heavy bloodbath in Amazonia. There is the same bloodbath in Nigeria, in the Biafra land, and also in the Oduduwa land. But we have not seen the reaction of African leaders, the African Union coming up to make sure to defend the territorial borders of Amazonia, that of Oduduwa, and those of Biafra. And yet they go out to talk about the crisis in Europe. Ladies and gentlemen, I will not want to talk more on this. We will have another panel to talk about the utter silence of the African Union or African nations about the cry and the pain and suffering of other African nations, when we are supposed to stand, as the word says, African unity, to fight for one another and defend one another's life and integrity. So I'm just going to leave it at that, and I will call you, Mazi, Isaiah, to give your closing remark on this, and we will definitely have a discussion on the response of Europe to the Ukrainian crisis and the response of Africa to the thousands of lives lost in Africa every day under utter silence. So let's have your closing remark on this.
Yes, thank you very much. Thank you, Mother Cecilia. Of course, we have that has been a marathon today. Of course, what we have to what we're telling our people is that it's time for us to stand up and do the needful. Nobody can do this fight for you except you. Nobody can defend you if you don't defend yourself. What happened in Yoruba last Sunday, where a gunman went in a church and killed over 200 people, and the Nigerian state are not reporting it. They keep claiming that it's 20, 10 people, 15 people. If you see the video, it's very disturbing. The piles of bodies of church worshippers, people who went to church, and they were shot at, killed at a close range by the Fulani terrorists. And Nigerian government were having a banquet. So president were having banquet the same day. Why over 200 Nigerians were killed in a church? These are the things that anybody that have a sane mind supposed to come out over this protest. Let us learn that. Let us deny ourselves this little pleasure and go and make our people, make the public know what is happening. Because what the Western world are looking at, somehow, what they are looking at is that how are you people being killed, and none of you. So we have some of you here in Europe, we have some of you here in the Western world. It's only few people talking. Then these are the things the Western world are looking at. They want to see some of you to come out. They want to see the appetite of freedom. You want to free yourself.
Okay.
And they can't come to do it for you. They will not come to do it for you except for you yourself.
Okay.
So please, this is an opportunity. We are using this time to invite Biafrans, Oduduwas, who are living comfortably in the Western world here, to look at, also feel the pain our people are going through back homes, and also come out and support the freedom of their own people. Thank you very much again for having me, and I want to appreciate you for spending this enormous time to host us here today. And I believe that Ambazonians have listened. I believe also Biafrans have listened. I believe also the Duduwas have listened, and we continue with until Duduwa is free, until Ambazonia is free, until Biafrans is free. Thank you very much, and may Chukwu Kabiyama bless you from here. I know both of us are here, but have a blessed day and a good weekend.
Okay, thank you. Yeah, thank you very much. Thank you, Mazi. Thank you. And I'm just going to come to you, Citizen AY, and I will just kindly ask that you be brief, and I will do same for Chairman Kennedy. So, your closing remark, please.
presentation and discussion here. Very important in discussion that we're having. Again, we want to reiterate to our people. It's very, very.
Citizen AY, we
Can
can
you
hear
hear me?
you.
Can you hear me now? Hello? Can you hear me?
You're
Can
fine
you hear
now.
me? Hello? Okay. Okay. So once again,
5 on
I
5
just
now.
want to say quick. Okay. Now, thank you very much. So once again, ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you again for having me on the platform and part of this discussion. It's very important. Look, it's on each and every one of us to stand up for our people, to raise the level of awareness in our communities. What has been done to us is wrong. The only people that can fix it is you and me. You and me. We need to stand up collectively in unity. And that is the process we're doing by mobilizing many of us to go to the European Union on Brussels 14th and the 15th of June. Come down there, 12 o'clock sharp, be there. Look, your voice is needed. And we can make this change ourselves. Nobody else will do it for us. It's only us. This is on us, and we are doing this for the coming generation. We are doing this for the coming generations. We don't want them to go through what we have had to go through, going across seas, dying in the seas. I've got friends that died in the Mediterranean Sea trying to come to Europe. So please come out. Come out, let them know that we are awake, we are ready, and we are speaking up. And every time we
Thank you
stand up
very
and we come like
much.
this, we are
Thank
speaking for the
you.
whole of Africa.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Citizen AY. And I'll come to you there, Comrade Kenneth, Chairman, just very brief, and we will just round this up.
Yeah, I want to thank everybody. Though I've just been in a very short time into the meeting, I can feel some strength. I hear what we've just said in this short minute. I still want to plead with every Ambazonian, every Biafran, every Ododua to be out on that day. So we should come out in our numbers. As the comrade Cecilia rightly said, the time South Africa was in their crisis, all Africa stood up for South Africa. So it should be with us. As she also rightly said, one touched is everybody touched. So please, on that day, we will be out there to tell the European Union what it is and what is to be done. Thank you very much. Thanks very, very much.
Okay. Thank you very much. Thank you, ladies, gentlemen, of course, and myself, lady. Thank you all for making it a point to be here this afternoon to talk to our people on this all important 1 million man march. We all know how important this is, and to the people of Oduduwa, from my end, I want to crave your indulgence to make it a point to be in Brussels. You have to fight for your children. You have to fight for your nation. If you are a freedom fighter, you would understand, or you would know that freedom is never given. Freedom is never given. And when the tide of a revolution starts, there is no turning back. We know for a fact that we have started this, we have to finish it. You don't want to bequeath this to your own children. What you want to give to them is a free nation. So I'm calling on the people of Oduduwa. I'm calling on the people of Biafra, and I'm calling on my fellow Ambazonians to show up in a grand style and in the numbers in Brussels. Let the world see us. Let the world see us, and let the world know that there was a time that these three nations that are fighting for their right to self-determination came together in front of a war body that claims to be a human right oriented organization with principles and values on the rule of law, human right, and democracy, to present their case before the war so they can stand to support this nation that is fighting for their right to self-determination. So, ladies and gentlemen, Let's make it a point in Brussels on the 14th and 15th of this month. Thank you all for watching, and keep sharing and sharing and sharing until we reach Brussels. And until freedom comes, we are not backing down. Let's go, Ambazonia. Let's go, Biafrans, and let's go, the people.
Ladies and gentlemen, the national anthem of Biafra.